Rhode Island's road to reopening will move into phase 3 tomorrow. The governor made the announcement this afternoon, with the rate of new positive cases remaining at just over 1%. The health department reported the deaths of another 19 people with the virus since numbers were last reported on Friday. But the number of people in the hospital is now down to 73, which is the lowest it's been in months. As the governor indicated late last week, some of the rules for phase 3 have now changed in light of the spike in COVID-19 cases in other states. She also said that young adults need to do better at following the rules after saying there's been a concerning increase in the number of cases in Rhode Islanders in their 20s. As expected, she announced new travel restrictions as well. Let's go to Eyewitness News politics editor Ted Nesi, who's live at the State House. Ted?
Good evening, Kim. Well, a national report that came out yesterday said Rhode Island and Connecticut are the only two states where coronavirus cases decreased last week, but the governor warns it's going to be tough to keep that going.
This is a tough call.
Even as some states are being forced to reverse their reopenings due to a spike in coronavirus cases, Governor Gina Raimondo announces Rhode Island will move to phase 3 of her reopening plan on Tuesday. She says all 4 key metrics that she tracks show it's safe to do so, starting with the fact that less than 20% of hospital beds are currently occupied.
So what I'm about to lay out for you is what I think is a fair balance to keep everybody safe and healthy and enable as much commerce as is safely possible.
But phase 3 is being scaled back based on what's happening in other states. Most social gatherings will be limited to 25 people indoors and 50 outdoors, lower than originally planned. Enforcement is also going to be ramped up.
And I promise you this, if you stop following the rules, we'll have to shut down the economy again because we're going to be like many of these other states going right back up the curve. It's inevitable. It's a fact. It's science. We can't fight it.
The governor also taking new steps to try and avoid importing more COVID-19 cases from the states experiencing outbreaks. Starting Tuesday, anyone coming to Rhode Island from a state where more than 5% of COVID tests are positive will have to either get tested or self-quarantine for 14 days.
We want to be a refuge because we're a safe place, but we can't. We know how, the data is so clear on this that outbreaks all around the world often start from one person traveling to someplace.
Those travel restrictions currently apply to 23 states, including Florida, Texas, and Arizona.
Officials also disclosed today they are seeing a surge in coronavirus cases among Rhode Islanders who are in their 20s. The governor warning young people to avoid gathering together in large groups in social settings, especially bars.
Governor Gina Raimondo has made it official. Rhode Island will enter phase 3 of reopening tomorrow. But she's extending her order on face masks for another month, at least until August 3rd. And she says she's concerned about the upcoming 4th of July weekend. Eyewitness News politics editor Ted Nesi joins us live now from the State House with more. Ted?
Well, Kim, the 4th of July is synonymous with large gatherings, but not this year. The governor is discouraging any Independence Day celebrations of more than 250 people and says communities that want to host a gathering that big need to submit COVID safety plans to the state.
We want people to have a good 4th of July, but we don't want an outbreak. Someone said to me, are you worried about 4th of July? Absolutely worried. Yes, I am worried about 4th of July. I had a call earlier today with Governor Abbott of Texas. Texas is not in a good position right now. In the space of a few weeks, they went from a 4% test positive rate to over 14% test positive. And he said a lot of it came from big gatherings on Memorial Day. They felt that they had a lot of big gatherings on Memorial Day, not a lot of mask wearing. That happened Memorial Day, and then, several weeks later, they really started to see it in the data. And it changed like that. As he said, they went from plateau to a skyrocket. Let's not let that be our story. Let's learn from that. Let's learn from this tough experience of other places, and let's get it right here. So 4th of July is special, absolutely, and it should be, but we have to be smart and safe. So strict limits, and we're going to help you, municipalities, with enforcement, also help you with plans to get creative, and we're also going to supply you with masks and help you distribute the masks.
The governor's office was scheduled to hold a conference call this afternoon with mayors and police chiefs to discuss safety for Saturday's holiday. Live at the State House, Ted Nesi, Eyewitness News.